And well, hello there, everyone. And I had a few things I want to talk to you about today. And one of them or rather, was things that are kind of falling apart in my little van build. Well, not really falling apart, sort of like things that, I need to fix, but it's not that I have to really fix it, but it'd be nice to fix. For example, one of the things that I had was my curtains. I had these um, Velcro, Velcro sort of attachments that if I folded it over, I could attach it. So one side I originally attached using glue, but then what ended up happening was it kind of fell off. And this is where it's kind of interesting the way I've been using different types of glue. So one of them was I have wood glue, which so far has worked well on a sample that I had here for the roof. Yeah, that roof again, I know. And so I'm comfortable that I'll probably end up using wood glue for the top for the roof. So that worked well. The other one is I use a fabric glue, and that would be anything to be fabric related. And you can get that anywhere from a hardware, not a hardware store, but maybe like a fabric store or even Walmart. I think I could pick mine up at a Walmart. And the other one is Gorilla Glue. So here I am thinking that Gorilla Glue probably would be a good option to stick this Velcro onto this fabric. And lo and behold, it didn't hold. And interestingly enough, that kind of makes sense. It is fabric. And Gorilla Glue, well, it was fantastic for a lot of things, for like magnets and smooth surfaces. It doesn't adhere to fabric, and that's probably because the fabric is a different type of texture. So there's no way for it to sort of adhere. The adhesion level is much lower using Gorilla Glue versus fabric glue. So that's one thing I learned about glues, and I want to share that with you. The other one is not related to glue whatsoever, or related, well, actually, really, it's always related to the van build, right? That's what I do here, right? Is uh, plan now for winter. And what I mean by that is if you don't already have something like a diesel heater or a way to stay warm in the wintertime or in the fall, start planning now, because it's much easier to actually work with these things when it's warmer. For example, trying to install your diesel heater while it's freezing cold outside, your fingers are going to freeze off. And also it's going to be very difficult to sort of maneuver things around. So I know for me, a majority of my build is usually around spring, and then summer. By summer, I tend to sort of like taper off just because it's just way too hot, and it's just not comfortable. And also those are times I want to actually be doing stuff. So ideally my build is, I do my builds, a majority of my builds in the springtime, and then summer I enjoy it. And then wintertime, really, there's almost zero build unless it's like something I could sort of like do indoors or in the van itself. And then I just sort of like, try to live through winter in that way, try to just get through winter. So that's something to keep in mind. So in terms of the diesel heater, now might be a good time for you to actually start looking to how to install it. There's a ton of YouTube videos out there that you can take a look at. For me, I installed it myself. It wasn't very difficult. The most difficult part for me was putting a hole in the van, and for the exhaust, obviously, because that's extremely important. You definitely want to be able to exhaust it out. So those are a couple of things that I was thinking of today. I have a few other things. For example, just rerouting, figuring out a way to reroute the heat coming out from the diesel heater. And also maybe I'm looking at, at one point maybe getting a larger larger capacity container for the fuel. But it really depends on how much work I want to get done for this month. This month in July, I just want to travel. I just want to do more road trips. I do work full time, so that alone takes up a lot of my time. But overall, I'm quite happy with how things have been going. The van has gotten more and more comfortable. I mean, I could literally hold out in here for a long time. I've got enough food. I've got a fridge. I've got drinks. Uh, I can pull up anywhere. I've been in the city. I've cooked in the city. I've been out in the woods. I've cooked in the woods. I've relaxed, you know, all kinds of stuff. And I'm just happy with how this went. Um, the only one thing, and you guys already know about this, and I keep hammering it through, is the roof. Oh, and one other thing, I do this all the time, and that's because I actually don't write a script. I don't have a script for any of this stuff. It's literally just, I'm just blabbling about this, babbling stuff. Maybe that's a new word, blabbling. We'll get to that another time. What I'm saying is I don't have a script when I do this. I know some YouTubers, they're very professional. They're very like, you know, like they have a script. They have a very specific way of doing things. Mine's more like improvisation. Mine's more like, I kind of want to talk about this, but then if we sort of veer off somewhere, I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are okay with that too. But from the very beginning, if I can remember, yeah, I can. I talked about just fixing up a few things in the van that's kind of like falling apart. Nothing critical has to get done. The other thing was the diesel heater. You know, work on it now, because before you know it, winter's going to be here and it's going to be cold. Unless, of course, you're in Florida, somewhere warm, or Arizona, or somewhere beautifully warm or too hot. I know one of my friends out there, Chuck, he's out there in Florida, and it's hot there. So the chances of him installing a diesel heater is pretty thin. You know what I mean? So it may not apply, obviously, but I know one thing that has to be installed if you're in Florida or just about anywhere else where it's warm is a mosquito net. And I've got two videos for that. I have a video that talks about how to create a mosquito net, a mosquito screen for the front of your van. It's a different approach. It works really well for me. It's really simple to attach. The other one is the side door screen. And I was over at Giant Tiger, and they were going for like 10 bucks or 12 bucks. It was like really cheap. The material was about the same as what I had here. I think this one here, this one was like $10 or something. So I might pick up another one just as a backup. But you know, if you're around, if you're Ontario and you're at Giant Tiger, they are selling them, at least in the GTA locations here. So anyway, that's about it. That's it for today's random video. And oh yes, one other thing. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. Which is typical. You guys remember, I don't know if some of you guys remember, I started working on the logo for this channel. And it's sort of like, you know, went on the back burner several times, and then went on the back burner to the point where, you know, I just completely forgot about it. Well, I completely forgot about it, and I've just have so many things happening in my work life, in my own personal life, in my van life, that I haven't been able to design a logo. So what I'm going to be doing is, and this is a very strange thing for me because I like to do things that, you know, I like to produce stuff for myself, and I know I would enjoy it. But I recently was able to discover somebody who just a really talented artist, and I'm going to be commissioning them to create a logo for my van channel, my YouTube channel, which is a van channel, right? My YouTube channel. And I want to see how it goes. You know, my expectation is, you know, done is a very big expectation. And also I've seen the samples of their work. I think they're incredibly talented, just beautiful work. And you know, certainly like anything else, something that I really like to look at. And that's what I'm hoping I'll get out of it is when the logo gets done, it'll be beautiful to look at. For me, my responsibility would be to just sort of get a proper direction in terms of the art direction, in terms of how or what I want to see in terms of the van logo or van channel graphic, we'll call it that, for my YouTube channel, Silver Cabin, right? And hopefully it turns out, you know, although I think it will turn out. So I'm looking forward to working on that, or working with the artist on that, and hopefully be able to reveal it soon. No rush, right? Like anything else, it's not a critical item, and I don't have a huge agenda in terms of where things are going to be going. The fact that the channel reached 1,000 subscribers in less than a year, because of a fantastic shout out from Caravan Carolyn. I'm very happy about that. I'm very appreciative, and then for me, my next goal really is my goal that I'm constantly going through is wanting to do is make 100 videos over the course of a year, and I think it's projected I'll probably get that. Then after that, we'll see how everything else goes. But I'm just happy that some of you guys like this stuff, and I'm just happy to do this stuff, and we're all happy. We're all happy. So that's always good. Aside from that, you guys have a great week coming up, and have a fantastic life, and keep reminding yourself you're awesome. Okay, I always say, write that stuff down, define it, and then execute against it. And in time, if you stick to it, if you adhere to it, if you're consistent, it becomes a habit. And I've heard the expression, habits, it's what you become over time. And if you've got good habits, you'll probably turn out pretty good, right? So that's it for today. It's always hard to say goodbye. Until next time. And that's all I have to say about that. Have a great day. And there you have it. Please support my channel by commenting and subscribing. It's free, and it can help you with your own tiny home build, as I will be giving out free tips and tricks on how you can make it happen. And if you believe someone else may benefit, please share the video of my curated playlist.